What's going on, guys? It's Gale here, welcoming you to another video for Dragon Age 2. Today we will be talking about the best party for Nightmare difficulty. We will go over equipment, tactics, and abilities for all three party members. As always with my build videos, there will be a link in the description to a Google Sheet with all builds and equipment for all companions. The three companions we'll be going over are Aene, Anders, and Veric. These three companions provide a tank, a healer, and a DPS, allowing you to go with any class and build that you want. I would recommend going with the rogue build on my channel, as I think it's the best build in the game. The mage build on my channel is another fantastic option if you prefer magic. I will have a link to both in the description. Veric is, in my opinion, the second most important of the three members, and has 5 crucial abilities in his build: Pinning Shot, Bursting Arrow, Chameleon's Breath, Archer's Lance, and Bianca's Song. Pinning Shot, once upgraded, immobilizes the enemy for 10 whole seconds, which is great for peeling enemies off of himself and your other backliners. It also disorients the target, which leaves room for cross-class combos, which we'll be talking about later in the video. Bursting Arrow deals good AoE damage, and once upgraded, deals huge damage to brittled targets, which we will be abusing. Unfortunately, because this ability is AoE, Veric will occasionally hit you with this, and it will kinda suck. But we do our best in tactics to avoid this situation. Chameleon's Breath might just be the best utility spell in the game. Veric will shoot a low health target with a smoke cloud, making them effectively invincible for 15 seconds once upgraded. It is also possible he can hit more than one person with this ability. Archer's Lance is Veric's highest damage dealing spell, though the primary reason we use this spell is on brittle targets for even bigger damage. Bianca's Song is a sustained spell that is very important. It buffs Veric's consistent DPS greatly. His attack, crit chance, attack speed, and movement speed all by 20%, and his crit damage by 30%. This ability is a huge buff for Veric and should always be activated. Here is all of Veric's best in slot armor pieces on screen now. I'll be going over tactics at the end of the video with all of the companions. Aene is the most replaceable of the bunch. There are some people that prefer using a variation of Meryl, where she is a tank instead. I have provided a build for that in the Google link if you prefer. I prefer the traditionalness of having a normal warrior. Aene's 5 primary abilities are Shield Defense, Shield Bash, Taunt, Pommel Strike, and Stonewall. Both Shield Defense and Stonewall exist to just make Aene tankier. They provide her with damage resistances, knockdown resistances, and higher threat generation. On Nightmare, Aene will need all of the tankiness she can get. Taunt is the same as every other RPG. It's used to draw aggro away from your backline and onto her. We make sure in tactics screen, if Veric or Anders is being attacked, that she will taunt them. The last 2 abilities are Shield Bash and Pommel Strike. These 2 abilities fulfill the same role of momentarily incapacitating a target, but more than that, they also stagger enemies, allowing for cross-class combos. Here is all of Aene's best in slot armor pieces on screen now. The most irreplaceable character of the three, we have Anders. No character can heal like he can in the entire game, unless you decide to go Spirit Healer Hawk. Anders has 6 core abilities in Heal, Glyph of Paralysis, Chain Lightning, Panacea, Aid Allies, and Haste. Heal, Panacea, and Aid Allies are all a part of his core healing package that help keep his teammates' health topped off. If you're ever wondering why Anders is not attacking, he probably has Panacea turned on, which will disable him from using offensive spells. In tactics, we will make sure that AI is using it efficiently. Glyph of Paralysis is an extremely useful spell that can stun up to 4 enemies for 10 seconds. The best part about this ability is it can be used from a distance on some pesky targets that might be hard to reach. Chain Lightning is our main damage spell we have on him. I like Chain Lightning because it deals extra damage to the targets that Aene has staggered for us. And it's also a decent AoE that momentarily stuns the target it hits. Haste is one of the best abilities in the game. It speeds up your character's attack and casting speeds by 50%. It's very satisfying to have in your party, and you should always have at least 1 haste in your party. Here is all of Anders' best in slot armor pieces on screen now. Now let's talk about cross-class combos for a second. Cross-class combos are very important for feeling like you can actually do damage in Nightmare difficulty. Rogues can disorient enemies, warriors can stagger enemies, and mages can brittle enemies. There are specific abilities that basically detonate the status effect, making them deal more damage. As an example, Chain Lightning after its upgrade will hit staggered enemies harder. Archer's Lance after its upgrade will hit brittle targets much harder, and many more combos. We will be setting up our tactics page so that our AI companions are capable of initiating and detonating these combos by themselves. I will place the tactics pages for all of them on screen now, so you can pause and copy for each of them. The tactics pages are extremely important, so I heavily recommend taking the time to do them if you're playing on Nightmare difficulty. If this video was useful for you, please like and subscribe, and thank you all very much for watching.